5 and 5. I'm Lahav Zaken with LNN, and after a week of vacation, I'm back. So let's begin. This week, President Biden unveiled a much-needed $2 trillion infrastructure plan. It includes $213 billion to help solve the housing crisis, $174 billion to help transition to electric vehicles, $115 billion to improve our roads and bridges, $100 million to build schools, and $80 million for railroads. Billion, not million, among other things. Pretty non-controversial, right? Right? Well, the biggest issue is that it raises taxes on billionaires and big corporations to pay for it. Even though that seems logical, Republicans don't like that at all. And Bernie is saying that it's not enough. And even though it will struggle to pass as is because of Joe Manchin, who cares a lot about unity? Okay, turning to the trial of Derek Chauvin. Despite what you may have seen in the media, Derek Chauvin is on trial, not George Floyd. Derek Chauvin is the one who knelt on George Floyd, a black man, for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. This caused protests across the country where millions upon millions of people demanded an end for police brutality and for serious criminal justice reform, both of which have to happen. It all started when Chauvin, whose job was to keep people safe, knelt on the neck of George Floyd for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, brutally killing him. His defense tried to argue that what actually caused Floyd's death was drug overdose. Give me a break. It's absolutely horrifying. He was the murderer of George Floyd. Period. Okay, most people have been on spring break this week. Many of them seem to have forgotten that we're in the middle of a global pandemic that has killed more than 500,000 of us. Even though there is still concern, there was some huge news from Pfizer this week. They announced that their vaccine was extremely safe and effective for children aged 12 to 16. That means that people my age can have their shots before next school year. Woo! Okay, this week we learned that 55 of the biggest companies such as Nike, FedEx, Dish Network, Duke Energy, and more did not pay any federal income tax last year. Many of them also got benefits from the CARES Act, which was passed last year. In the infrastructure plan we talked about earlier, President Biden wanted to increase the corporate tax rate by 28% to help solve this. So, Republicans, do you like that these people didn't pay anything in taxes? That would be my question to you. Finally, on Friday, a car rammed into a barricade outside the Capitol complex, killing one officer. The suspect, who was shot after getting out with a knife, is also now dead. Another officer was injured, though we don't know how serious that was. It appears that this was not a terrorist attack and just random, but that is still being investigated, and if that changes, I will bring that to you, whichever Saturday after it occurs. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you next Saturday, and have a good week, guys.